Hi there! Today I'd like to talk to you about healthy relationship dynamics. For the purpose of this video, I'm going to talk about relationships involving two people, but if you're in a polyamorous or consensually non-monogamous relationship, you can also use these ideas to examine the health of your relationship with each person you're involved with. Okay, let's dive in. So a healthy relationship looks like this. There's a self, an other, and then the intersection of where those two people's lives and identities overlap, so that each person maintains their separate identity while also being heavily engaged in their relationship. The exact size of this intersection can vary, but the important part is that there are three distinct pieces here. Now let's take a look at what happens when this relationship has either too much intersection or not enough. This is what an enmeshed relationship looks like. It's what a lot of people think they're looking for when they're looking for their missing piece, but over time this kind of relationship is sort of doomed to failure. The problem here is that both people have let their individual selves atrophy, so that all that's left of their life is their relationship. It may sound like a relationship like this is warm and fuzzy and dependable, but the problem is at some point, one of these people will realize that they've completely lost track of their identity. They'll pull back for the relationship a little bit, it'll completely disrupt the homeostasis, and the relationship will crumble because it's not strong enough in this dynamic to withstand that kind of change. On the other end of the spectrum is this relationship, one with diffuse boundaries, where there's person one and person two, and nominally they have a relationship, but that relationship is kind of floating out in space. These people live parallel lives. There are upsides to this, and this is also what some people aspire to. Both people are independent, they can do kind of whatever they want, there's no real vulnerability, the commitment is nominal only, and you don't have to sacrifice anything of yourself in order to be in this kind of relationship. It reminds me a little bit of this song called Marry Me a Little, from the musical Company by Sondheim. Here's how the first verse goes. Marry me a little, love me just enough, cry but not too often, play but not too rough, keep a tender distance and we'll both be free. That's the way it ought to be. I'm ready. But what kind of relationship is that person really ready for? One where there's no real connection, no vulnerability. And that's the problem with a diffuse relationship, is that connection is really the crux of why we're all here. And in a relationship, you get what you give. And so when one of these people realizes that this is lacking from their relationship, that there's no real depth to their connection, one of two things is going to happen. The first is that they're going to seek that connection elsewhere and have an emotional or sexual affair and eventually leave. Or the second is they're going to lean in and ask for more. And the other partner is going to feel a sense of panic and say, this is not what I signed up for. You are asking for too much. And either way, the relationship is going to crumble. And that's why this middle piece, this connection here, where the two circles overlap, matters. There needs to be more to the relationship than just two individual people side by side. And there needs to be more to each individual than just the relationship. If you feel like the balance is off in your relationship and the boundaries are too enmeshed or too diffuse, there is hope. You can fix that, and we would love to help you do that. Feel free to reach out for support. We'd love to help you. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Thanks!